Good morning, church family. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're having another good week at home. I know for us, we are thankful for this time together, but as the weeks continue, our isolation gets more real. And so I just hope that these devotions are connecting you as the body of Christ to know that even in our isolation, we are still loving each other and we're still there for each other. So I pray that as you're continuing in your IBC 260 reading plan, that you are feeling connected, that your time with the Lord is rich and that it's good, and that you're learning new things about Him that you never have before. So today we're in 1 Corinthians 5. And I think that this passage is very interesting in the midst of what we're going through right now. My highlight verse, well, I have several. I can't just pick one. It kind of goes together. At the very end in verse 13, it says, "Purge the evil person from among you." And Paul is talking about some sin that had been going on in the church and some things that he felt like they needed to get rid of. And so he tells them to purge the evil from among you. And then back up in verse 6, 7, and 8, it talks about your boasting is not good. They thought that they were doing good, but it says, "Do you not know that a little leaven levels the whole lump? Cleanse out the old leaven that you may be a new lump, as you really are unleavened. For Christ, our Passover lamb, has been sacrificed. Let us therefore celebrate the festival not with the old leaven, the leaven of malice and evil, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth." And so I think what Paul is saying is that there's no good that comes from your boasting, even when there is a hint of sin in your life and in the lives of the people in your church. And so because a little sin leavens the entire loaf of bread. Paul is giving reference to bread and Passover, which I think is funny because this is Passover week for us. And so Paul is saying that just a little bit of it affects the entire loaf of bread. And so he says, remove that, get it out. And to have done that in a loaf of bread would literally mean to have altered its makeup, altered the way that you made the bread to begin with. And so you have to completely change your way of thinking, completely change what you've been doing in your life or the life of the church to get rid of that sin in your life. And it says to get rid of the sin of malice and evil, but to be filled with sincerity and truth. And so rather than being filled with sin, he wants us to be filled with truth. And I think in this time, it's so hard because we're not gathering together. Isolation, Jeremy said this last week, isolation is of the devil. And I think we get wrapped in our sinfulness and our thoughts and in the things that take us in the opposite direction of truth. But I think now more than ever, we need to flee the sin and to get rid of the sin in our thoughts and to turn towards Jesus and turn towards the truth that he offers us. So I hope that you are good this week. I hope that your families are well. I pray that we can get rid of the sin in our lives and focus on Jesus and his truth. Even in your isolation, we want you to know that we are here for you, that we are praying for you, and thankful that we can still be together in the midst of this. But I pray that you are fleeing your sin and turning towards the truth of Jesus, because even just a little hint can affect every aspect of our lives. So we love you and we're thankful for you in this time, and know that you're being prayed for. We love you. Have a great day.